Sweetheart, welcome. It's so good to have you here. Take a deep breath right now, right where you are. Let your shoulders drop, let your jaw unclench, and let your breath become just a little softer. You're safe. You are in a space of love, not judgment. And in this moment, we are going to begin something very precious together. We are going to begin your healing. Not the kind of healing that demands you be perfect or have everything figured out. No, this is the kind of healing that begins with a whisper, a small opening in the heart. It's the kind of healing that comes from simply being willing to sit with yourself, listen deeply, and say the words you may never have heard when you needed them most. There is a part of you that's been waiting for kindness, waiting for attention, waiting to be seen, not just for what you've accomplished or how strong you've been, but for who you truly are, soft, sensitive, gentle, loving. That part of you is what many call the inner child. It's not separate from you. It's not something far away. It lives right inside you, closer than your next breath. And today, we are going to invite that part to come forward, not with force, but with compassion. You don't have to go searching. You only have to listen. So many people walk through life feeling confused or overwhelmed, not understanding why certain patterns repeat, why love feels out of reach, why sadness appears out of nowhere, why a simple comment can feel like a deep wound. And often, these reactions aren't coming from the present moment. They're echoes from the past, from a time when the world felt bigger than you, from a time when words cut deeper and comfort didn't always come. That's the voice of the inner child speaking. And instead of silencing it, we begin to heal when we stop and gently say, I hear you now. You may have learned to put on a brave face. You may have been told not to cry or to grow up too fast. Maybe you had to be the one who held things together. Maybe your laughter was quieted, your curiosity dismissed, your emotions misunderstood. But now, as the beautiful being that you are, you have the power to do something extraordinary. You can return to that place within and begin to offer the love, the attention, the soothing words that were needed all along. Healing doesn't happen all at once. It happens in layers, like petals unfolding. And just by being here, just by being open, you are already healing. You are already doing enough. Let me say that again, because it matters. You are already doing enough. You don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to fix yourself to deserve love. You are lovable now. You are whole now. And your inner child is not broken. They are simply waiting to be welcomed back into your arms. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling lost or unsure. Those are not signs of weakness. They are signs of wisdom. They are signals that a deeper part of you is asking to be met, not pushed away, not ignored, just met with tenderness. The same way you would sit beside a child who is afraid of the dark, we can sit beside our own fears, our own insecurities, and whisper, I'm here now. I see you. I love you. That's all it takes to begin. A willingness to listen, a willingness to speak to yourself kindly, a willingness to believe that even if the past held pain, the present can offer something new. And oh, how beautiful that is. Because the present is where your power lives. It's where you get to choose again, not to forget the past, but to offer it something it never had. Your love, your patience, your voice. Let's place a gentle hand on the heart now, if that feels comfortable. Feel that quiet rhythm inside of you. That steady beat has carried you through every season, every storm. It has never stopped loving you. And just like that heartbeat, your inner child has been there, waiting, listening, hoping for a chance to be felt. And now you've arrived. You've come home to yourself. You might feel emotions rising, or perhaps there's silence. Both are welcome. Some feelings have waited a long time to be acknowledged. Let them come. There is no need to rush. There is no need to figure anything out. Your only task in this moment is to be present. Just be present with yourself the way you always wish someone would be present with you. And now, softly in your mind or out loud, if it feels safe, you can begin to say these words. I am here for you. You are safe now. You are allowed to feel. You are deeply loved. These are not just words. These are lifelines. These are seeds planted in the soil of your soul. With time and care, they will bloom. You are nurturing the part of you that once felt forgotten. And in doing so, you are not just healing yourself. You are changing the energy around you. You are creating a new pattern, a new possibility. That's the power you carry. When we begin to heal the inner child, we begin to reconnect with our natural joy, our wonder, our playfulness. We find beauty in simple things again. We speak to ourselves more gently. We stop blaming ourselves for things that were never our fault. And most of all, we begin to love ourselves, not as a concept, but as a lived daily practice. You don't have to know how it will all unfold. You only need to take the first step, and you have, just by listening, just by allowing these words to reach the softest part of your heart. Healing is not about being strong all the time. It's about learning to hold yourself through the moments when you feel fragile. That is true strength, and that is what you are growing now. As we continue this journey together, know this: you are not alone. You never were. That little part inside of you is your greatest ally. And when you begin to treat them with kindness, life opens in the most unexpected ways. You'll notice how your voice softens, how your body relaxes, how your relationships begin to change, because everything starts with you. You are enough. You are lovable. You are safe. You are healing. And you are doing it beautifully, one breath at a time, one gentle word at a time, one day at a time. Let's keep going together. Sometimes the signs are there, gently showing up in daily life. They arrive in the small moments, a sudden feeling of not being good enough, a fear of being left behind, the way the heart tightens when love feels distant, or how the body shrinks when criticism appears. These aren't flaws or random moods. They are gentle messages from within. They are the voice of the inner child asking to be noticed, asking to be understood. So many patterns that seem to repeat, feeling unworthy, being afraid to speak up, choosing relationships that don't honor your heart, are rooted not in who you are now, but in what your younger self once experienced. It's not about blaming the past. It's about understanding how deeply it still lives inside. That tiny voice that wonders, will I be accepted? Or is something wrong with me? Isn't weak or dramatic. It's sacred. That voice is simply trying to tell the story it was never allowed to share. And once we begin to listen, not to fix it, but to understand it, something magical happens. A shift begins, a softening, a returning to the self with compassion instead of shame. There may be moments when big emotions rise from something small, a forgotten text, a passing comment, a tone of voice, and suddenly it feels like a storm. That's a tender clue. That is your inner child saying, this reminds me of a time I didn't feel seen. Or maybe it's the way silence feels heavy, how rejection feels like abandonment, how approval feels like survival. These are all gentle doorways, not walls. And every time you notice them, you have a choice. You can turn toward yourself instead of away. You can place your hand over your heart and say, I'm here. I get it now. Sometimes, even when life is good, something still feels unsettled inside. That's not self-sabotage. That's not being ungrateful. That's the deep part of you longing for honesty, longing for peace, longing to be held, and you can give yourself that. Truly, you can. It starts with awareness, with choosing again and again to meet every feeling with care. A simple practice you can try is this. When you notice discomfort, pause. Close your eyes, breathe, and ask inwardly, who is speaking right now? Is it the part of me that feels small, afraid, unheard? Let the answer come gently, then respond with love. You are allowed to be here. You are safe. You matter. Speaking this way may feel strange at first, but over time it becomes familiar. Healing becomes your new language. These signs from the inner child aren't disruptions. They are invitations. They are chances to meet yourself more deeply, more fully. Each one is a doorway back to your truth, back to your wholeness. And with each step, you reclaim the parts of yourself that you were taught to hide. What a powerful, loving thing to do. Now, let's talk about how these emotions live not just in the mind, but in the body. Our bodies hold memory. The muscles, the stomach, the breath, they remember. Not with words, but with sensations. Tension in the shoulders, tightness in the chest, fatigue that doesn't lift. These are not just physical experiences. Often, they are the body's way of holding on to stories that never had a place to be told. Perhaps there was a time when fear wasn't safe to express, so the body stored it away. Perhaps love came with conditions, and the body learned to tighten in order to be accepted. Maybe there were moments of loneliness, and the body adapted by becoming very still, very quiet. And now, as an adult, those patterns still live, quietly influencing how you move, how you breathe, how you feel. This is not something to fear. This is something to honor. The body is not your enemy. It is your companion. It has carried you, protected you, and adapted for you. And now it longs to be part of your healing. When you soften the breath, when you stretch with kindness, when you place your hands lovingly on your belly or your chest and say, "Thank you," something begins to melt. The old stories stored in muscle and memory begin to loosen, and space opens for new experiences. This is the mind-body connection in its purest form. Thoughts creating feelings, feelings creating patterns, patterns living in the body, and then being transformed by love. When you choose a new thought, I am worthy, I am safe, I am free to feel, you are not just helping your mind, you are giving your body a new song to dance to. Even a few minutes a day of gentle awareness can create great shifts. When you notice where tension sits, pause and breathe into that space. Say silently, I release all fear from this place. I fill it now with peace. Do this regularly, without pressure, and you'll notice how your body begins to respond. It listens. It softens. It trusts your care. You can also use simple movements to support your healing. Walks where you affirm each step with love. Stretches where you speak kindly to your body. It's not about perfection. It's about connection. The body wants to be included in your healing, and it will show you again and again how deeply it longs to feel safe in your love. Let us now create a space of safety within. This is a powerful part of your healing, because the inner child cannot open when fear is present. That small voice inside only begins to speak when it senses warmth, kindness, patience. So today, let's build that safe space, not outside of you, but within you. Imagine a place in your heart where no one judges, no one hurries, no one corrects. a place where you are met with a smile, a soft touch, a quiet knowing that says, "You are home here." This space is always available. It can be a feeling, a color, a sensation. It is whatever brings you comfort. It belongs to you. You can return to this space anytime you feel overwhelmed. You can close your eyes, take a breath, and enter. In this inner space, the inner child can come forward. And when they do, you welcome them gently. Not to change them, but to be with them. You don't need all the answers. You just need to be present. That is enough. Each time you visit this space, you are reparenting yourself. You are saying, "I will be the one to care for you now." That's a sacred promise. And you can keep it with softness. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to do it perfectly. All you have to do is come home to your heart again and again. You can add little rituals to help anchor this space, a morning moment of stillness, an evening reflection, a quiet word of thanks before bed. The more you return, the more this space grows strong. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where all of you is welcome. Even when the outside world feels loud, even when doubts arise, this inner place is untouched. It holds the quiet voice of truth. You are safe. You are precious. You are never alone. And from this place, your healing will blossom in ways that surprise you, comfort you, and free you. This is your sacred journey, and it's unfolding beautifully. Let's keep going, gently, always gently. Now that you've begun to feel this safe inner place, this sanctuary you can return to again and again, it becomes easier to speak to the part of you that has waited so patiently. The inner child doesn't need complicated language or grand speeches. What this tender part of you longs for is something simple, words of comfort, of presence, of love. These words carry power, not because they are loud, but because they are honest. They are soft, yet they move mountains within. Try saying quietly, "I'm listening." Notice what rises. There may be silence, or a memory, or a small voice saying, "Please don't leave." And in that moment you respond, with your breath, with your patience, with words like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm here with you." Speaking to your inner child is not pretend. It is healing in its truest form. You are not acting. You are remembering. You are reclaiming your ability to nurture yourself. You can start your day with affirmations that speak to this child within. You can end your day with whispers of reassurance. Say things like, "I love the child I once was. You are safe in my heart. I will protect your joy and honor your feelings." Say them while resting your hand over your heart or your belly. Say them as you drink your tea or brush your hair. Say them in the quiet moments when no one is watching. These words are not just for comfort. They are for rewiring the beliefs that once taught you to be afraid of your own needs. These gentle statements help build new pathways in the brain, new ways of being in the world. Each time you speak to yourself with kindness, you are rewriting the script. You are becoming the loving presence that you may have needed years ago. And now you are that presence. You are showing up for yourself in a new way, a stronger way, a more loving way. Sometimes pain returns, old doubts whisper again, and in those moments, you simply return to your safe space and say, "We've been here before, and we made it through. We are okay." Speaking to the inner child becomes a lifelong friendship, one that brings joy, gentleness, and inner peace with every conversation. You don't have to fix everything. You only need to keep the conversation going, keep showing up, keep listening. The healing happens in the showing up. There is something deeply powerful about looking into your own eyes and saying, I love you. Mirror work may feel unfamiliar at first, but it's one of the most direct ways to reconnect with the self. It's where truth cannot hide. The mirror shows what is, not what we pretend to be. And in that reflection, we find not flaws, but the perfect opportunity to begin loving from the inside out. Begin simply. Stand in front of the mirror. Place your hands gently on your heart. Look softly into your own eyes, not with judgment, not with criticism, but with kindness. Say slowly, I see you. I love you. I accept you just as you are. Even if the words don't feel real yet, say them. Even if emotion rises, let it come. The mirror does not lie. It invites, it reveals, it opens. When you speak with love to your own reflection, the heart begins to open in places that were once closed. The parts of you that felt neglected begin to feel warmth again. This practice, done daily, creates an unshakable foundation. It brings forward the truth that no one can give you the love you are unwilling to give yourself. It's not about replacing anyone. It's about coming home to your own source of care. The mirror becomes a friend, a place where you remind yourself, I belong to me now. If you feel resistance, that's okay. If you feel silly, that's okay too. Keep going. Your inner child is watching. They don't care about how polished your words are. They care that you showed up, that you spoke, that you tried. As you continue this gentle mirror work, you may find old voices soften, old doubts quiet. You'll begin to see yourself with clearer eyes, and you'll stop demanding perfection. You'll begin offering yourself grace, and that grace, dear one, will ripple into every part of your life. Healing the inner child is also about learning how to give yourself what you didn't receive: compassion, rest, joy, boundaries. These are not just words, they are actions. Actions that say, I matter, I am enough, I am allowed to live in peace. Begin to notice where you ignore your needs, where you say yes when you mean no, where you push past your limits. These are moments when the inner child feels abandoned again. And in those moments, you get to pause, breathe, and do something different. You get to choose you. Maybe that means taking a break when you're tired. Maybe it means saying, I don't feel comfortable with that. Maybe it means turning off the phone and doing something that makes you smile. Small choices, gentle steps. Each one says, I am here for myself now. Reparenting is not about becoming strict. It's about becoming loving. It's about becoming consistent. It's about creating safety, structure, softness. You can build rituals into your day that remind your inner child they are safe. A soft blanket, a favorite song, a moment of quiet gratitude. These things matter. They speak louder than words. And as you build these habits of love, you'll notice your confidence grows, your voice strengthens, your joy returns. You stop looking outside for approval because you've learned to give it from within. Your inner child learns from repetition, from consistency. The more you show up, the more they trust. And the more they trust, the more you flourish. That's how it works. Love in, trust out, peace in, joy out. There will come a time when you look back and realize, I have changed. Not because you forced yourself to be different, but because you allowed yourself to be whole. When we begin to heal what once felt broken, something miraculous happens. We begin to turn our pain into power, not power over others, but power within, the kind that grounds you, the kind that says, I know who I am and I love who I am becoming. This is not about forgetting the past. It's about allowing the past to become a place of learning, not a prison of shame. The tears you've cried have watered the soil of your soul, and now something new is growing, a deeper sense of peace, a brighter sense of purpose, a softer strength. You will notice how the things that used to trigger you no longer do. You will see how your reactions shift, how your body feels lighter, how your thoughts become kinder. And that's because you have shifted. You have met yourself with love. And love, true love, transforms everything it touches. The wounds become wisdom. The fears become boundaries. The doubt becomes clarity. You begin to create from a place of knowing, not needing. You speak from your heart. You live with more presence. You trust your inner guidance. And when you feel unsure, you know how to return home, to that place inside where love always waits, to the mirror, to the breath, to the affirmations. You are no longer afraid of your emotions because you've made space for all of them. You are now walking in love, not seeking it. And that, dear one, is the greatest healing of all. So as we bring this time together to a close, take one more gentle breath. Feel the calm in your heart, the quiet strength in your body, the warmth of these words wrapped around you. And know this, you are a blessing, you are healing, you are whole, right now, as you are. Let's say together, I am willing to love and accept myself. I am safe. I am free to be me. Carry this love with you. Let it guide your steps. Let it soften your days. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. Keep going. Your healing is not a destination. It's a beautiful way of living, and you are doing it one loving breath at a time.